Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining my autumn inspired sketchbook spread using Ohuhu Alcohol Markers. So I will be finishing this autumn inspired sketchbook spread but in two parts. So this video today is going to be the cozy autumn vibes track, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. And please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. I'm primarily a sketchbook artist, and this is my second month of uploading Draw With Me videos. Technically this will be on October, so it's third. This will be uploaded in October, so this is my third month of consistently uploading Draw With Me videos. Yay! Past me could honestly never. She'd be so proud. And I'm currently obsessed with Ohuhu Alcohol Markers. I don't know if you're a subscriber or if you're new to this channel, but if you go onto my page, you will see almost all of them are Ohuhu Alcohol Marker sketchbook spreads. And I have this 48 set brush pack, and I basically just use it for all my sketchbook spreads. They're genuinely such a versatile set. And I think I started using them for the first time in July, so about 2-3 months ago actually. And yeah, just really haven't stopped since, and just continuously exploring and experimenting with them and having an absolute joy. And I'm super buzzed about my progress. And I always have about 3 in progress sketchbook spreads at any one time, so which is honestly a good thing, good position to be in, but and so I didn't really love how the other side of the sketchbook spread turned out. I mean, I still like it, and I'm always really proud of my work because I showed up and I did the thing. I did it, I tried it, I attempted it. We love that. But I was feeling a bit stressed and overwhelmed with life things at the time. And I really think that translated into those pieces. So yeah, I thought I would just show these two, which came at a time when maybe I was a wee bit chiller, a wee bit calmer, and I'm a lot happier with how they turned out. So I'm still experimenting with markers, and like with blending and with different colour combinations. I'm just having a lot of fun with it, and it really is a medium that has brought me so much joy and helped me remain consistent in my art practice, which is something I generally find quite hard. I know probably a lot of artists do, especially if you're starting out, especially if you have other issues or other things going on in your life, which when do you not, right? But yeah, if you can find anything that helps, it's always a bonus, and these markers really do that for me. And I even think that I'll be uploading a sketchbook tour soon. Yay! This will be my first ever completed sketchbook, and it may sound kind of lame, but genuinely one of my biggest art goals, like my secret art wishes, was literally just to complete a sketchbook. Just to have a traditional sketchbook filled with colourful and fun artworks that really showed that I was showing up, I was trying and experimenting with different subjects and different media, and that my art skills were improving. It was just my dream. And to be able to look back at this sketchbook in a few years' time and just be amazed that I even started, or just to see how far my artwork has come, and to actually be so close to achieving this feels pretty unbelievable. Even more so that it's become so ingrained now as a habit that I know that there's no stopping me now, and that this sketchbook will be the first of so many more. And for somebody who spent years trying to get into art, trying just to build up a practice with it, it just really means a lot. And I really hope that you join me for this journey. And I would love to hear about your journey, so tell me in the comments about your dreams, your art dreams, big or small. They're all equally important. And if any of you have also completed the amazing task of completing a sketchbook, please let me know. Any tips and secrets as well that you may have. Just let's share it. So I've just laid in the basic colours, and this is me now adding the darker colour to the truck. And I always try to add the lighter highlight colours as the base layer because I always forget to leave a space for them and to fill them in. So I just lay them down as the base layer, and it all helps all sort of blend together and have a cohesive look to it. And so here I am adding in some shadow shapes with the warm grey, which doesn't really sit super well on top of these colours, but I will be going over with darker colours, and it's just sometimes that I'm like quite afraid to jump in with the darker colour in case I ruin it. So that was just me sort of getting a feel for it, getting a direction and a wee bit of confidence to then go in with the darker ones. And so here I am, jumping in with the shadows, trying to quickly, very loosely lay in the shapes of the creases and the folds. And I also apologise for my hand blocking some of these inking stages. I am just using my phone for recording, so I'll have to try and get a better setup and an angle for getting this footage in the future, which I will definitely work on. And yeah, I just find this stage to be just quite therapeutic, just sort of inking in all the outlines, just doing it a bit intuitively as well, just making marks, and it just feels good. So some of my other goals at the moment is I'm still learning to paint, mainly with gouache and watercolour. I still feel like I have quite a long way to go with both those mediums, so it might be a wee bit before I post any draw with me, paint with me of them, but hopefully next year you'll see some of them in my next sketchbook. Also people in portraits, I still do really struggle quite a bit with them. But I am actually just starting to go on some life drawing classes, which I've really enjoyed. And I'm planning another Ohuhu Alcohol Markers sketchbook spread, which is kind of like a dark academia theme. And it has a few, three people in that, which I will try my best to sketch out with markers and do. So hopefully I'll be uploading that at the end of the month, or maybe November. Stay tuned, and if you don't see it, then it maybe means it really didn't turn out that well. And also stylization, like for everything I want to get better at stylizing animals, people, nature, all of it. Basically still working on all of the art goals. But we're here. We have a long way to go art wise to be where I want to be, but I'm so happy to have finally even just gotten started with this journey. And it's just the beginning, right? It's such an exciting thought, and whenever I start to get frustrated and compare myself to others, it's honestly what I like to tell myself, that this is the best and the worst that I will ever be, and that I have only just started this journey and so much more to come. So I generally also really love this time of year, especially creatively, and I'm assuming that you also do since you are watching my video and wanting to soak up all the vibes. I am such a nature nerd. Like, I love trees, I love all the colours, and I'm always so inspired to create. So I put together this wee autumnal inspired sketchbook spread, and I'm just constantly trying to challenge myself with new subjects to draw and paint, especially with these ones, the angle of the pumpkins on the table, the boot of the truck having all the different shapes of the pillows, and trying to get the angle right of the blanket sort of coming over, like the sort of things that I haven't really attempted to draw before, and I'm really proud of how they came out, and I think my sketching is really getting better. I'm also much quicker at sketching out these spreads. When I first started drawing consistently like 2 years ago, I think it took me about 2 weeks to just finish one portrait. So that's definitely progress, right? You can always see the progress. You can't always see the progress when you're in the thick of it, but it's there and it's happening. We just gotta stay consistent. So just adding in some textures here with the coloured pencils, and I also just really kind of use this stage as my blending stage too. I don't massively blend my markers, but I think adding the coloured pencils makes it all work. It also brightens up some of the areas and helps some darker ones too, without being too dark or too obvious. And I really like a put together piece, but with a bit messy and scratchy marks and lines and about, you know? So the blanket I decided to just solely do in coloured pencils. I just couldn't really go in with the markers. I just felt like the lines would have been too chunky, too bright and thick, and it just wasn't the vibe that I wanted for the blanket. So I just scratched it in with coloured pencils, and I think it really worked. And as always, I come in with some highlights with my white Posca pen. Just loosely following the highlights from the reference picture, adding a little bit here and there. And then I wanted a few more darker lines, especially in the folds, in the blanket and the pillows, so I'm just heading back in with the ink pen. And that's the autumn themed cozy track. Join me next Wednesday for the pumpkin table, unless obviously you're joining me after both these videos have aired, then it's already on my channel and I hope you enjoy it. See you then, bye.